What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's your boy, the Munch, and as you can see from the title, it is finally time to complete the Pokédex in Sword and Shield, because although it says I've completed it, technically I've got 9 more Pokemon left to catch. It was 10 a second ago, but then this happened. It's evolving! Can tell this was definitely rehearsed. Also, the blood is getting to my head right now. This is rough. Okay. First Pokemon out of the final 10 down, as Malamar will be added in the Dex. The overturning Pokemon, gazing at its luminescent spots, will quickly induce a hypnotic state, putting the observer under Malamar's control. I kind of felt like that when I was hanging upside down. It really did get to my head. Turns out it was just Malamar itself trying to take over. You little freak. 5 months since the game came out, and finally I am about to complete the Pokédex, which will of course give us the elusive Shiny Charm, allowing us to get shiny Pokemon more frequently, and I am so excited to actually try that out on stream later. If you guys didn't see, I've been streaming Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX over on twitch.tv/NotMunchingOrange, so go and check that out. I'll probably be live again tonight with some more of that, as well as shiny hunting, if we do manage to get... we are gonna get it in this very episode. So let's start things off by evolving another Pokemon right off the bat. Energizer, you can see in my party there, is at level 38, and Cinderace is actually one of the Pokemon that I still don't have for some reason. So let's see if with 2 EXP large candies we can get... Oh my gosh. Well, it's safe to say I overshot that a little bit. I thought the L candy would just give me 1 level, but instead it gave us like 6 of them. So yeah, I guess we're gonna have to use a couple more of those if we want to get to Cinderace. Because of course, Scorbunny first evolves into Raboot, the Naruto wannabe hoodie wearing little hoodlum rabbit guy. That's a lot of description for him right there, but of course we're going to need to use another candy to level up once again and trigger that evolution. Why am I overshooting this by so much? Like, geez, we got all the way to level 47 now, but doesn't matter. As long as we get it past 36, we're like way beyond 36 at this point, but it will evolve into its final form of Cinderace. The only Galarian starter that I didn't have yet. Not sure why it took me this long to get it in the Dex, but there it is, the Striker Pokemon. It juggles a pebble with its feet, turning it into a burning soccer ball. Its shots strike opponents hard and leave them scorched. Originally, I wanted to have some kind of soccer-related nickname for this guy, but I don't really know much about soccer or sports in general. So I went with Energizer, which kind of fits too, you know? It's the bunny that never stops giving. It's got the juice, the energy. Yeah, it still kind of fits. So there we go. That is another Pokemon down for the Dex, which means we've got a more to go. And actually, we can... there's a reason why I'm here in Winden, actually, because one of the next evolutions that we need, if we head on over to the Rotom-E, or Rotom-I, the PC basically, you will see that I've got a couple of Tyrogues in here, and this is another evolution I haven't acquired yet. Technically 3 evolutions, as of course Tyrogue can become Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, and Hitmontop, depending on its stats. So if its attack is greater than its defense, I believe it becomes Hitmonchan. If its defense is higher than its attack, it will become Hitmonlee, and if they are equal, then it will become Hitmontop. And as you can see, this third Tyrogue here has 53 attack and 54 defense, so I'm hoping that if I give it a vitamin, like a protein I think is the one for attack, then it will actually be equaled out and become a Hitmontop. But first, let's add Energizer to the Galarian gang. Look at that, I've got every single Pokemon of the Galar region in a living Dex form, meaning all of the evolutions. At the very bottom here, yeah, we should have some protein and iron already. When consumed, will raise the base defense points of a single Pokemon. The protein is for attack, and you can actually buy these right here in the Pokemon Center that we're in right now. So I believe this is the Tyrogue that needs the attack boost. I really hope it is. If it's not, then I just screwed up and we're gonna have to buy some more, but I'm pretty sure this was the one, so let's make sure by checking the summary here. Okay, that worked out perfectly. It's got 54 attack and 54 defense now, meaning it should turn into a Hitmontop when we level it up. This one here has more defense, and this one has more attacks. So that should give us all 3 of the evolutions that we need right there. Thankfully, I've got a lot of these EXP candies. I've actually been doing a lot more of the Gigantamax raids just for fun. Even though they're really hard to get sometimes, like from the previous episodes, you guys may have noticed it was kind of difficult to get into a Gigantamax raid with people sometimes, or actually most of the time, but whenever I managed to get one, the rewards you get are pretty awesome, including those EXP candies, so thankfully I'm stocked up on those. So let's first go for this Tyrogue, which will actually become Hitmonlee. I guess that was the one that had the higher attack than defense, so maybe I had them backwards. I don't know, I figured Hitmonchan was the one with the higher attack than defense, but instead we got the kicking Pokemon. This amazing mon has an awesome sense of balance. It can kick in succession from any position. Upon evolving, Hitmonlee will learn Brick Break, I guess, so let's teach it that, because why not? Actually, why not is another one of the Pokemon that I still don't have, but next up we're going to have this little Tyrogue here, which I believe is the one with the higher defense than attack. And it will, of course, become Hitmonchan. But we're getting ahead of ourselves, so let's just let the little tyke do its thing and punch up into the sky as Tyrogue evolves into Hitmonchan. Look at him, man. He's restless. Maybe this guy should have been Energizer instead, but now we got the punching Pokemon, of course. Its punches slice the air. They're launched at such high speed, even a slight graze could cause a burn. Jeez. Living up to the name, for sure, and gonna be learning Drain Punch on leveling up, which feels a little bit better than Brick Break, I gotta say. I mean, because Drain Punch has the added effect of giving you back some HP on top of dealing a lot of damage, so gotta say, I kind of like that better than Brick Break. But the final one will be the Hitmontop little rogue here. Hopefully things work out. If it doesn't, then I don't know what we did wrong, but let's just cross our fingers as it turns into light, and the Capoeira loving little top dude here. It's Hitmontop. It worked, okay? As that will now be added into the Pokédex, known as the Handstand Pokemon. I wonder why it's not on its head right now. I mean, it is in the mini sprite. Freaking Beyblade looking dude. It launches kicks while spinning. If it spins at high speed, it may bore its way into the ground. Jeez. Just like Hitmonchan, it is restless, just going back and forth with its little sway there. It will be learning Triple Kick, which I think might be its signature move. At least I've never actually heard of that attack before, so 3 more added to the dex right there. Which one do you guys like the most? Let me know down below. I think Hitmontop might be my favorite just because it does its little dance right there, and apparently got the Triple Kick, which only has 10 power, but of course it can hit 3 times in a row, with each consecutive kick becoming more powerful. So I wonder how much damage it does, like, total, because obviously it's not just 10 power, but there we go. 3 more added into the dex for 5 total, which means we've got 5 more Pokemon until we can get that shiny charm. So let's head out of the Pokemon Center. Next, we are heading off to Hulbury. Almost forgot what we were doing for a second there, but like I said, there's a couple of Pokemon I need that require specific type of item for breeding. Those being Munchlax, Wynot, and Mr. Mime. I think I actually already have a Munchlax that I traded over from an older game, but before we do any of that, I want to talk to this lady here who wants a Minccino. Interested in trading it for my Cottony? Why, yes we are. So we're going to give her our little Poncho here, which I just caught recently over in Route 7, I believe. It's to the left of Hulbury. Like, when we first got here, just go left from the Pokemon Center, and that route right there has got Mincinos. But for some reason, I didn't have a Cottony yet, so we're going to send that over to her and get ourselves a Candy Floss. That's going to be added in the dex as the Cut and Puff Pokemon. It shoots cotton from its body to protect itself. If it gets caught up in hurricane strength winds, it can get sent to the other side of the earth? What? Okay, that's a little extreme there. Standing at 1 foot tall. I think I just read there. Thanks, mate. You just made my day. I'll take real good care of it. Yeah, you better. That's my original channel mascot right there. Those don't come along too often, lady. You don't even know what you just got, do you? But over here, we got another weird lady. How about some incense for you, boy? Sure. This is like those people at the mall that are always offering you perfume or like to test stuff out. It's not easy, but I always ignore them just because, I don't know, I don't want to smell like, I don't know what I want to smell like actually. Maybe they know better than me and I should take up their offer sometime. But the point is, she sells incenses, which I always used to mispronounce as incense. Let's just buy some incense from her. I actually don't know which one we're supposed to get, but I know the lax incense will give us munchlax. That's pretty obvious there. So apparently the odd incense is for Mr. Mime, and the lax incense is for Wobbuffet, not Snorlax, even though it's literally in the name. The Snorlax one is actually the full incense, so we might as well buy one of those real quick. Even though I already technically have a Munchlax from Pokemon Home, I guess I want to get one that was naturally born in Galar. So we're going to buy all 3 of those and head on over to the daycare. There are 2 daycares in these games for some reason, but I always like using the one here in the wild area because there's a lot more room to run around, or technically bike around and hatch those eggs. So yeah, we're just gonna make a 180 and talk to this lady. Hello, I'd like to leave my Pokemon. Why yes, I've got my Japanese Ditto in there, which will help with the Masuda method. If you guys don't know, breeding 2 Pokemon from different regions, so for example, one from US and one from Japan, will increase the chances of it producing shiny Pokemon in the egg. It can be any 2 different regions though, like I have a Spanish Scorbunny for example here. Okay, actually it doesn't show it on this screen, but I totally forgot that we have to give our Pokemon the incense first. So let's just get into our box here and find a slot for Cottony. I believe in the fairy box. Yeah, I've got a slot for you right here. I don't know if there's any other fairy Pokemon that I need, so maybe this slot will remain empty for now, but here we go. We got male and female Wobbuffet. You can do this with Ditto though, so we just gotta pick one of the 2. I guess we're gonna have our boy here since he's higher level, and we're also gonna need Mr. Mime. So if I go to the variants box, you can see I've actually got the Cantonian Mr. Mime. Oh, this is a good time to talk about this actually, because there are certain Pokemon that you need to complete the dex that can only be acquired through in-game trades, those being Persian and Cofagrigus, which I actually still don't have. So that's another one that we've got to evolve eventually. So you can see I've got 2 little Maskies here, one from Pokemon Sword and one from Pokemon Shield. And you can actually get this guy by trading a Galarian Yamask at, I believe, the Ballonlea City Gym. I don't remember which gym it was exactly, but I'll show it on screen right now. And there will be a trainer in there that wants to trade Galarian Yamask for the original Unnovan version. I don't know why they're so excited about it. This doesn't really seem like an even trade here in the Galar region. Like, obviously the Unnovan Yamask is much, much rarer, but they're happy to do it, so why the heck not? Of course, Yamask is the same regardless, or well, it's not the same, but it doesn't count for the Pokédex, regardless of which regional variant you've got. But its evolution Cofagrigus actually does count as a separate Pokédex entry, and the same goes for Persian, which you can trade for a Galarian Meowth at the Holbury Gym. Again, I don't know why this person wants to trade a Galarian Meowth for a Kanto one, because you can literally catch a ton of Galarian Meowths right outside of Holbury, but, you know, works out for us since we need Persian for the Pokédex. I did actually have an Alolan Persian though that I traded from Pokemon Home, and that will also count for the dex. So as long as you get Persian in there, apparently that one is part of the Galarian dex. So before Pokemon Home was around, the only way to get that was through this trade here. And of course you get a Meowth, but level it up a couple times, and eventually it will evolve into cash money, baby. So we got Persian, we don't have Cofagrigus yet, but we're going to grab this Mr. Mime, which you can also get, I believe, in the Spikemuth Gym. You can trade an Obstagoon Kind of weird that it isn't Galarian Mr. Mime, but for some reason this guy wants an Obstagoon. I mean, he is in Team Yell after all, and you know, they love their Galarian, Linoon, Zigzagoon, and Obstagoon. Though I guess this goon was too lazy to trade one himself, but he still wants to show off to his friends that he's got one, so trade him an Obstagoon, be a nice guy, and he will gift you a Cantonian Mr. Mime. You can use either variant of Mr. Mime to breed for Mime Jr., either the Galarian or the Kanto one. But now that I'm looking at this variant box, there's actually one more Pokemon in here, being Darumaka, that I for some reason haven't evolved yet. So we're going to add that into our party, and that should be the final 4 Pokemon that we need in the Dex. So let's get to it. First, we gotta give him the incenses, which I think should be here. Yeah, we got the odd, lax, and full. So lax should be for Wobbuffet. I don't really know why you need these incenses in order to breed the baby versions of them. Just seems like an extra step to complicate things, but they're definitely required. Otherwise, if you put Wobbuffet in there with Ditto and no incense, it'll just breed another Wobbuffet. Same thing goes for Mr. Mime, but since we've got this extra iron that we didn't need, I might as well give it to Maskey. And now we're going to go ahead and use some EXP candies. This time, maybe not over level it up. I mean, I think 2 medium candies should be enough, right, to get it to 36. Yes, perfect. And it will be learning Curse, apparently, which works different for ghost Pokemon, of course. It'll, like, inflict damage on itself, but put a curse on the enemy, so I don't know, might as well learn that. Call it the Curse of the Mummy, if you know what I'm saying. And if you don't know what I'm saying, well, you're about to find out why, as your mask will be evolving into Cofagrigus. I mean, its name comes from coffin, but I guess also sarcophagus, right? Fun fact, you actually couldn't nickname this Pokemon its own official name back in Gen 6 or 5 because it has a certain word in its name that isn't exactly too family friendly. That was interesting. I don't know if that's still a thing, but this Pokemon has a body of sparkling gold. People say it no longer remembers that it was once human. Wait a minute. I didn't know that either. What the heck? I guess this is literally the ghost of an Egyptian or ancient pharaoh. Apparently it was actually a human at one point that became a Pokemon? What is this, mystery dungeon? Yeah, I don't know how that works, but I actually didn't know that, so cool. Fun fact there. Now for Darumaka though, it actually doesn't evolve by leveling up. Instead, we gotta use an Ice Stone on it. That's the reason why it's at level 48 actually, because I already tried leveling it up before. And then I realized, oh, this dude doesn't evolve by level up anymore. So use an Ice Stone on it, and we will get the second to last, or actually third to last Pokemon into our Dex, as Darumaka will evolve into Shofu, or Darmanitan, with a snowball on its head. I love it. The Zen Charm Pokemon. On days when blizzards blow through, it comes down to where people live. It stashes food in the snowball on its head, taking it home for later. Oh my gosh. This Pokemon is literally me, dude. I love it. Even though I just said it was Shofu, but I'm sorry, Shofu. Can we share mascot? Like, I know it's been your mascot for years and generations, but I just love this ice version of it so much, dude. I can't. It's got a new ability in Guerrilla Tactics as well, which I think basically makes it have a choice band all the time. Unless I'm thinking of its other ability, its hidden ability. No, that's the Zen mode actually, which is really insane in this game, but you can only get the Zen mode, which is Ice and Fire type, through max raid battles, I believe. But Guerrilla Tactics, we can check it out here. Boost the Pokemon's attack stat, but only allows the use of the first move selected. So yeah, it's basically a choice band built into the Pokemon, meaning you can actually put a choice band on it as well to quadruple its attack stat. I don't know if that's really how it works. That seems insane, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. With that, we have now got 398 in the Dex, so the final 2 Pokemon we need are Wynot and Mime Jr. Which one do we want to leave for last though? What will be the last Pokemon that we ever get in the Galar region? Will it be Wynot or Mime Jr.? I'm thinking I'm going to put Mr. Wobbuffet in there first. Tricked ya, didn't I? Leave Wobbuffet with me. Whatever you want to collect, do let me know. So if you guys have never bred Pokemon in this game, or in any games in general before, you just gotta walk around for a little bit, and eventually the lady will have an egg for you. Then you can pick that egg up and basically just ride your bike around until it hatches. One thing that actually speeds up that process a lot, though, is having a Pokemon with Flash Fire on your team, which is why I've actually got Salsa in the party right now. So Salsa has basically been my ace Pokemon in the post-game because it helps hatch eggs so much quicker, and that's basically the post-game in this game, is just hatching eggs. So yeah, we're gonna take the Wobbuffet back. I guess it can go into the PC. This time we're gonna leave Ditto and Mimo in there, walk around for a little bit, and eventually they're gonna have an egg of their own, which is of course gonna be Mime Jr. So depending on how fast these eggs hatch, or if they hatch at different rates, we might actually end up hatching Mime Jr. before Why Not. I don't know, but yeah, there we go. They got an egg already, so let's grab that. And this is it. The final 2 Pokemon in the Galar region Dex. I can't believe it. It took me a while to get all these Pokemon. Like, the last couple of weeks, I've basically just been grinding to find all the ones that I was missing. But those last 10, I mean, they weren't even actually the hardest Pokemon to find. Like, a lot of them are like 2% chance in the grass. Honestly, I kind of bred a lot of them too. Like, for example, Tyranitar, whatever the baby Hydreigon is called, I think Dino. You can find a lot of them in the wild, like just as overworld spawns. Like Kommo-o is another good example. You can find Kommo-o roaming around the wild area. So for the baby version, Jangmo, and the middle evolution, I just bred some eggs and then leveled them up with candies, which makes things a whole lot easier. Actually, it's here in the Dusty Bowl. Let's see if we can find a Kommo-o just for funsies. I mean, it's probably not going to spawn since I just caught one recently. Yeah, it usually pops up right here. In Pokemon Shield, it's Tyranitar instead, so I did the same thing. Just traded it over from Shield, and then bred for a Larvitar and Pupitar. Hey, look at this guy, giving us some more EXP candies. Too bad we don't really need any more, but yeah, a lot of those rarer Pokemon I ended up just breeding for their pre-evolved forms. Oh snap! We got the first egg hatching already. What will it be? Mime Jr. or Why Not? Let's find out. Ooh, it's Why Not, boys. So they are going to hatch in the order that we got them. What the heck is that line back there? Is that the game, or is that my game capture glitching? I don't know. I think that's the game actually, but Why Not? Just swallowed a little Tic Tac or something there, but this is going to be the Bright Pokemon. Tends to move in a pack. Individuals squash against one another to toughen their spirits. I don't know if there's any other way to get Why Not in this game other than breeding. There might be some in the wild, but breeding is definitely the easier method to do, so that's what I was just trying to explain. Like, a lot of Pokemon, there is a way to find them in the wild, but sometimes breeding can be a whole lot easier. So let's go back to the Stony Wilderness where it's all nice and clear. Oh yeah, look at that. Got Hammerlock in the background. Oh, look at that. Spoke too soon. Hammerlock has blessed us with another egg hatch, and this time we know exactly what it's gonna be, as Mime Jr. will be coming out. The final Pokemon we need in the Galar Regional Dex. Again, it's another Pokemon that you can find in the wild, but it's pretty dang rare, and I don't know what's up with his face. It looks like it was drawn on. Like, it looks like a different art style than the whole rest of the game. I don't know if that's just me, but we got the Mime Pokemon. It mimics everyone it sees, but it puts extra effort into copying the graceful dance steps of Mr. Rhyme as practice. Ah yes, Mr. Rhyme, of course. Another new Pokemon here that I haven't really had a chance to talk about, but there will be a video coming out soon where I go over some of the weirdest evolutions in this game. So the Sword and Shield content is not quite over with just yet. I mean, I managed to squeeze out this bonus episode, and there will definitely be some top 10s coming up soon. But as far as the gameplay, other than Gigantamax forms, I'm not really sure what else there is left to do in these games, until the DLC comes out, that is. But I do know that our Pokédex is finally complete, so we gotta head on over to Sirchester and get ourselves that shiny charm. 400 caught and 400 seen. Is Cloyster really gonna remain in my recommended forever? Like, can this please go away? I don't want to have Cloyster there forever, man, but I guess that was the final Pokemon that was recommended for me in the wild. But look at that. Every single Pokemon in the Galar Dex has now been collected. Oh my goodness. This is a lot more than I thought, man. I don't know how much I was at whenever I finished the playthrough, but certainly took a long time to collect all of these. But finally, we get to reap our reward, and like I said, it is over in Sirchester. We got the Game Freak building. Well, technically there isn't a Game Freak building, but I think they're staying in one of these hotels. I forget which side, because there's 2 buildings to Hotel Ionia, but one of these definitely has the Game Freak people in it, so let's just look around and hopefully find them. If my memory serves me correctly, it should be right in here. Oh man, for once, my memory was actually right. We got the planner over here, but we want to talk to this man protecting himself from you know what. Amazing! You actually completed your Pokédex. Congratulations! This is truly an amazing feat. You deserve a special certificate to commemorate this champion achievement. Oh, I didn't know we get a... Ooh, that's fancy. We hereby certify your achievement of completing the Pokédex. May this great accomplishment be celebrated by all. Look at that, we got the Game Freak logo, sword and shield up in the corners there. Of course, the wax stamp to seal the deal for real. And that's not all. I won't stop there. Let me add a little something special to your league card too. Oh, okay, well that's not what I meant either. There we go. The Pokédex completion mark has been added to your league card. And this little gift from me simply because you've made me so happy. Eh? The shiny charm! Finally! Maybe now I will get a shiny Grookey, because I hatched like over 100 Grookey eggs at this point, just trying to get the perfect IVs and nature, but no shiny. Maybe now those odds will change. I hope your love for Pokemon doesn't ever fade. Oh, I don't know about that. It's been a long journey with Pokemon, and I don't think that's gonna stop anytime soon, so that's it, guys. We got the shiny charm. We completed the Pokédex in Sword and Shield. Like I said, I'm gonna be streaming tonight, hopefully some Mystery Dungeon DX, and maybe a little bit of shiny hunting. Maybe we can get ourselves that shiny Grookey to wrap up the Sword and Shield saga. That's gonna do it for this special episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next Pokemon video.